Anyway, how you guys doing? Yes, I'm okay. They've been keeping me busy. The powers that be are keeping me busy. Yes, they are. At any rate, what's been going on? Well, the skies haven't been clear enough to get any pictures of anything, so we quit on that for a little while. And the powers that be are keeping me busy. I've been working. They put me back to slavery. Keep me busy and occupied, apparently. Can't see the camera. If I take off my glasses, I can't see. I'm blind. Anyway, so this is what's happened. I'll fill you in. I went out in the... Well, first of all, let me back up. I was starting on vacation, permanent vacation. Took off with my trailer, my car, or my truck. Got down to the edge of Washington, right below the Mount Adams there. And what a beautiful scenery that is. Anyway, and it broke down. Just put brand new wheel bearings in my truck, and for some reason they went bad. After 500 miles, 600 miles. So, ended up coming on back. I was offered a job, is why I came on back. Fixed my rig, took the job. The job was out at Bangor nuclear submarine base out here by where I live. Keyport, or Kitsap, Bangor out there. And they offered me a job out there, so I took the job. I didn't apply for anything. They just offered it to me. Just called me out of the blue and said, hey, you want to work on the base here for 30 bucks an hour? Doing some construction? I said, sure. So I went out there and hung a bunch of gutters for them, because I am a gutter guy. I have my own business doing gutters. So anyway, hung gutters for about 500 families, troops. And they were fixing up some old buildings out there, and I asked them why they were doing that. And they said that they want to bring more people on the base. They're expecting maybe some things to go down in the future, and they need more. They want their people on base. They didn't want to have to go look for them when the time comes down. They have an earthquake, or who knows what's going to happen. So at any rate, so they gave me a job out of the blue. I didn't apply for it. Didn't fill out a single piece of paper. The guy that hired me out of the blue just happened to be, his last name was Mason. Yeah. Anyway, don't believe in coincidences. But Mason. Anyway, he's a football player. Made millions, I guess, or on his own, did pretty good after he got hurt or something. Anyway. So Andy Mason hired me to go out there and work on the base. So I worked on the base. They evaluated me as long as they needed to. I believe it was just for evaluation, to watch me. And worked my butt off. And pretty much stress test, physical stress test. It was really hot at the time because it was summertime. This was back in June. Yeah, somewhere around there. And okay, so after that, I finished with that job. Had my clearances to go on the base, and then went and applied there later on for another job to be permanent out there. Had to get all these secret clearances and stuff in order to go down to the submarine. And hold on a second here. So to go down to the submarines, you have to get secret clearances. So I had to get a whole bunch of secret clearances to go down there. They had me going down there, serving food and stuff. And it was just a job, miscellaneous job, just to keep me occupied. So I would be occupied. And wouldn't be able to think. So I told him to take that job, and pretty much you know what to do with it, because it was a garbage job anyway. They did things illegally, and it was just, I couldn't believe how they were set up. It's no wonder the federal government, they can't do anything right. They're so screwed up. Anyway, only worked there for a few days and figured out this ain't gonna work. The way they got it set up, anyway, they had me doing inventory, to ordering food, to doing everybody else's job in there. Should have been all segregated to each individual department. Not only taking a tally on what we had, listing when it goes out, what we deliver, no responsibility of anybody signing for anything. They even gave me a bunch of money bags and stuff, and I'm like, probably testing my honesty, whatever. I didn't care. I didn't want to be in charge of it, to tell you the truth. And especially when I saw how we delivered it. They said, oh, just set it up here when you deliver the food and stuff. I said, don't they have to sign for it or something? $800 cash in each bag. I got 5 or 6 bags to deliver throughout the day. No, they don't sign. No big deal. We go on trust. Whatever, man. Okay, so I'm liable for that if something disappears or ends up missing. There's too much liability and no order. It was just fly by night, fly by your seat of your underwear. I thought it would be very coordinated, be one of the best jobs of my life, and it was the worst job I've ever had in my life. So I got out of there. It was a sham. And I thought I was going to have, quote unquote, prestige job of working for the federal government. Bullshit. Anyway, so I got out of there and told them what they were doing wrong, which was everything. Got a hold of their top people in district and was going to get a hold of the commander on the base and tell him, this place ain't going to work the way you got it, man. Anyway, I could fix that place in one day, man. Need somebody like me. Run that fucking place. It's going downhill. Okay. So they better keep me occupied, obviously. That was after that last video I did. So that's what's happened in my life. Now, get on with the flat earth. Whatever. It doesn't even matter to me. I just learned plasma technology, and once you learn it, you go down that rabbit hole. I can show you how the earth is made. And I will. I have this diagram here. I'll show you. Okay. So what you have here is you got plasma core. It's not a solid core like they say. They've been lying to you. You got a plasma core with a little happy face, and then the plasma, what it does is interacts with the outer core, which is rotating magma or plasma, if you want to call it, whichever. Everything's fundamental plasma, remember that. Everything's a plasma. So anyway, you got plasma rotating in opposite directions, and it makes a magnetic field. And it also, the byproduct of it creates the land, the water, the air, everything that's in the dome. So that's how we get our land, our water, and the air. It comes up from the plasma core, and it's the byproduct. And we're encased in an egg. So we're actually an egg shape. Now obviously this is all hypothetical. But this is what I believe, or think it could be. Don't really believe, because I'm always open for suggestions, or logic, or proof. But there's no proof except for what I've gotten from a plasma physicist. So this is what he says, and this is what I believe the drawing would look like from his description. So you got plasma that's rotating in opposite directions, and that's what also separates the continental plates and pushes them against each other. Okay? Underneath the surface, you actually have rotating plasma, or magma, which is forcing pressure from the top. The magma is rotating one direction at the top and rotating the other direction right underneath it and beside it. So what you have is displacement of energy, which creates the earthquakes and everything else. Plus maybe external forces. Now, I'm not saying planets. I'm saying God's coming. That's God's out there, outside the dome. There's no planets. Anyway, and then we have a heat source of a sun that's inside the dome there. I got described, and a moon inside there that's made out of plasma. It's not solid rock. You couldn't land on it if you wanted to. The sun's also a plasma. Okay, if it's even real. Obviously what's it called, the tokamak, so they've made a fake sun already, so you never know if that's the fake one, real one, what it is. Doesn't matter. It's all constructed. So there's the Earth. The Earth isn't really round. Water wouldn't stay on a round ball. Spin a tennis ball, see if water stays on it. That's all bullshit. So we're in a designed dome. Life was created by God, and He's coming back. So just be ready. This drawing kind of explains things to you, I hope. You have a magnetic field around the dome which creates the plasma firmament and also the magnetism. And that's how we stay on the planet, or whatever you want to call it, the plane, because obviously it's not a planet. Okay, that's how it's all materialized. Stay tuned for the future here. We do have that, whatever you want to call it, binary solar system that's here, that's outside the dome, that's coming. I believe it's God. I don't believe in binary solar systems and everything, but I do believe that God's out there and He's coming. And they're going to stop him, try to stop him from coming in the dome with the tokamak device. Okay, anyway, we're in an egg, and we're not on a round planet dome. Everything's manufactured from the plasma core that irradiates up or transmits or transfers into material. The plasma takes any CO2 and create solids out of it. And that's how you get what you get, the water, the land, whatever. It depends on the interaction with the magnetic field in the plasma. Love y'all. Bye-bye.